That's recording now? Okay. Hello? So just have to cut this part off. So it's recording now. It's on, right? Okay. Hey, everybody. This is Sid Hameed with Brickfront Properties and Construction. Hey, so today, I'm going to talk about not really real estate, but I'm going to talk about mindset. I'm going to talk about mindset. I'm going to talk about, getting your stuff together and getting clear. And I'm going to talk about attitude and knowing, what you want and knowing what you need. So there's a difference between what you want and what you need. There's a difference there. So anyway, I've been working on this. I've been trying to live this way, for quite some time. And I was sharing this just, with somebody here the other night. And we were going over this in terms of how I live my life. And, and I'm just, this is kind of personal, but I'm going to share this with you guys in terms of, what I believe is like the secret of life. What I believe is what we're all looking for is happiness. We're looking for freedom. We're looking for access to a certain lifestyle. But, outside of all of that, okay, so I'm just going to kind of run down this. Now, some people, may agree with this. Some people may not. But, hey, you know what? I'm not here to please everybody. I'm not here to, get everybody's approval. That's not the way I live my life. So, number one, my name is Sid Hameed. I'm with Brickfront Properties. I live my life for Judgment Day. So what that means to me is, we're all going to die. We're all going to pass away like Robin Williams did the other day. I was at a funeral on Saturday. 2 months ago, I was at another funeral. We're all going to die. So I live towards Judgment Day. So I believe that, we all have angels around us every single day. So we're not alone. So if you believe in God, and if you believe in basically use him as a resource, and he's your number one resource, he's your best friend. So I really believe, and the way I feel about life and the way I feel about people, and that I'm here as a servant. I'm a child of God, just like everybody else is. And I feel like I'm here to share and provide, what I know, what I don't know. But I'm here just to share my information. Hope some people will take advantage of it and become better humans, better fathers, better wives, better sisters, brothers, whatever. But I'm just here to share, because I feel like that if I take all of this to the grave with me, it's a sin. It's a sin. It's called haram. So therefore, I feel like it's my duty to give. I'm not charging for any of our trainings. I'm just sharing, and I'm hoping to, do business with like-minded folks. So anyhow, the resources that we all have in life is, number one, we have God. Okay, that's the number one resource. Number two, we all have time. We have 24 hours in a day. We all have time. And number three, some of us have money and some of us don't have money. But we all have, some sort of income coming in. It's just how we, utilize those funds that come in. And number four, we have to surround ourselves around right people. We have to be around like-minded people, because when you have somebody that's shitting on your dreams, and that's just talking bad about you, that's just negative, and just they got their own issues and their own dramas, man, you need to leave that energy alone. So you have to have right people that believe in you, that believe in your vision, your dream. And then on top of that, it is hard. It's hard being an entrepreneur. It's hard being a CEO, but it's possible, and it works. If you want a lifestyle of where you have access to your time, you have access to, your lifestyle, then it's worth it. It's worth it. It's hard. It's not easy, but it's definitely possible. And you have to grind. You have to grind every day. So number one, we have God. Number two, we all have 24 hours in a day. Number three, some of us have money, some of us don't. And number four, you have to have yourself around the right people. Okay, so, and then the other thing is you have to be effective. You have to be very, very effective with your time. Time is the currency. Time is money. So you have to be very effective with your time. So if you look at yourself as $1,000 an hour, that's 24 hours a day. That means God will deposit $24,000 into your bank account, into everybody's bank account. Now, it's what we choose to do with that $24,000 is, so you have 24 hours. A lot of us, we get up 6 a.m., we get dressed or whatever, get prepared to get in the car to be at the job by 8 or 9, and then, leave the job between 4 and 5, be home by 6 or 7. So if you look at those hours, so you basically got 6 o'clock in the a.m. to basically 6 o'clock in the p.m. That's 12 hours, 50% of your money, 50% of 24,000 you've given away, right? So you still got 50% left. So you're exchanging hours for dollars. And it's great for some people, but if you really want to be an entrepreneur, you really want to be a CEO, you really want to change your mindset, you want to think higher, and you got to think big, you have to reach for stuff, and you have to take advantage of what we all have, which is time, and we have God. And so, we all have problems too. We all have bills and issues and shit like that, but hey, you just got to keep moving forward. You got to plow through, and you're going to have people that are going to, say no, they're going to say yes, and don't be worried about rejection. Rejection ain't nothing. If you got God, dude, you got everything, man. So anyway, be effective, and then be an execution plan. When I say be an execution plan, don't just talk about it. Don't just write it down, but actually do it. So when you speak it, you do it. So when you speak it, you actually do it. So be an execution plan. So talk it and do it. Just don't talk it and write it down. Be an execution plan. Time is essential. Okay? So then you got to have a blueprint. You got to have a blueprint. You got to have a blueprint of where you're going. You got to have a map. You have some sort of direction, some sort of path. Where you going? Why you going there? You got to figure this out. So you got to have a blueprint. And then on top of that, once you get all that stuff together, you got to have measurables. You got to measure. So here's October, here's November, here's December, here's January, here's February, here's March. Time is going by, and you measure like what kind of progress you've had. How have you grown? Personally, financially, spiritually, so forth. And you have to work on you. You have to work on yourself. You got to work on, like your inner self. You got to get to know you, man. Just get away from everybody. Create some space. Create a bigger circle instead of a little circle. Get yourself some breathing room and really figure out, what's important to you, like what you want, what your needs are, and where you're trying to go. You might be 24. You might be 34. You might be 44. You might be 64. It doesn't matter. We all still got time. As long as God wakes us up tomorrow, that's another day, another dollar, baby. That's the way I look at it. Just keep moving and take advantage of it and make it work. All right, so moving on, we talk about measurables. You got to have measurables. You got to have accountability. Accountability is extremely important. Some people have coaches. Some people have mentors. Some people talk to their husbands, their wives, their daughters, their dogs. But I talk to myself. No. But you got to have accountability. So you got to have measurables. You got to have accountability. You got to have a blueprint. You got to be in execution. Okay, you got to be effective with your time. And then you got to be around the right people. Okay, so now, you will have to be very clear. Be very clear on, what it is that you need and what it is that's your wants. There's a difference between wants and needs. I don't need anything. What I want is a lot of stuff, but I don't need it. So there's a difference between that. And so just focus on what you need rather than what you want, and God will give you things when you're ready. God will provide when you're ready. So just focus on what you currently have. Be thankful for it. Be blessed for it. And just keep moving. Keep moving. Forget all these voices and all these things. You got to forget all this stuff. You just got to keep moving. So, all right, so time management. We talk about time management. So, once you become very clear, time management is essential. So you have to be accountable of your time. So you wake up at 6 a.m., 6 to 7, what's going on? 7 to 8, what's going on? 9 to 10, what's going on? 10 to 11, what's going on? Why am I meeting this guy? Why? What's the purpose of the meeting? What's the agenda? What's the outcome? Is it short-term gain? Is it long-term gain? Where's this thing going? Why is he here? Why is she here? What do they want? What do they need? How can we work together? Oh, you got to be clear of your meetings. I don't just meet with people just to meet with people, because I look at my time as valuable, and I'd rather be by myself and just analyzing and thinking and working on my business than just rather giving away my time to meet with people. That's not why I'm here, just to meet with people. If there's business to be had, and there's a transaction to be had, and there's funds to be created for everybody, then hey, let's talk about that. But to talk about personal, I don't get into all of that. That's just not me. All right, so time management. Okay, create time blocks. You got to have your time blocks. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? What's the outcome? What's the goal? What's the objective? What's the purpose of this thing that you got blocked on your time? So everything matters. Every minute counts. Every second counts. Every day counts. So if you do it that way and you have measurables and accountability, you could definitely have some progress and grow to the next level. So. And then you write down basically the 3 items, basically write down the 3 items that must be done today. What are the 3 particular items that you have to get done today? And just focus on those 3. 1, 2, 3. Focus on those 3 and knock them out. Boom. Once you get them out the way, okay, what's the next 3? Boom, boom. Knock them out the way. And then, again, you're a CEO, you're the entrepreneur, you're the visionary, so you do not have to do everything. You delegate, you delegate, you delegate, you delegate. You get yourself a team, 3, 4, 5 VAs. You say, okay, I got a budget of $3,000 a month. And you get the right VAs with the right skill sets, with the right knowledge, so you don't have to babysit them and you don't have to hold their hands. That's where it comes to. You got to be around the right people. So you got God, you got time, you got money, you got the right people. So you get the right virtual assistants, you get the right team around you, then it's easy to delegate and get things done because they see your dream, and you got to share your dreams, your goals, your objectives, your vision with them so they can see it with you. And a lot of times you have to write stuff down and then turn that into a visual, like a PowerPoint presentation, so you can present it to your investors. You can present it to, your employees. You could do different things with that PowerPoint slide, but then now other people could see your vision. And that's how you could utilize VAs in one way, and sales and marketing and answering phones and sending out Craigslist ads, Backpage ads, social media, just programming, tech support. You could hire a CEO off of the old desk application, Elance application. So, the goal is we all need to be around people that are 10 times smarter than us so they could pull us up. The goal is to be around people that are 10 times more intelligent, wiser, so we could learn through them and learn through their stories and their skill sets, so we could grow. You can't go around people that are dumb. If they don't get it, they don't get it, and you got to get away from that circle. So you got to move on to folks that do get it and be around that mindset. And believe me, it makes a huge difference. I swear to God it does. But once you get around this mindset, they will help you get to the next level. They will lift you, but you got to be the right person that's hungry, that wants it, that needs it, that is working on building this business that you have, this dream that you have, this energy you're putting behind it every single day and the time. So it's your vision, it's your goal, it's your business. You're the only one that's going to work as hard as you are for your business. So you cannot trust everybody around you. You have to be cautious, you have to be careful, and that includes family. Yes, and that includes family. You have to be careful, you have to be cautious. Things have to be documented. There has to be processes. There's got to be systems. There's got to be accountability. There's got to be measurables. There has to be timelines. There's going to be a goal. There has to be a purpose. All these things have to go into a contract or even a meeting or an agenda or, where did I give my hour or my 2 hours or my 3 hours? Why did I do that? But anyway, so time management, time blocks. So once you got that organized, then you get very focused on what your needs are at the moment. Like you get very, very focused, so you become like a funnel. Okay, so the thing is to get focused on what your needs are right now. Like what do you have to get done in this month of August? So today is August 14th, 2014. So what are the things that I gotta get done? The must gotta get done. Focus on those, delegate them out, make sure you follow up. Follow up is essential. That's where most people, they love delegating a whole bunch of stuff out, but they gotta follow up. They gotta follow up and see what happened with that particular thing. Did it get done? Did it get resolved? Is it over? Is there a closure? Or is there an open item? You still got to call somebody back, or you still got to do something. So, follow-up is essential. And follow-up in an email format, and if you have text, in a text format, as well as mail, because that way your ass is covered all the way across the board. So follow-up is important. Okay, so get very focused on that, and then write down the 6 things that must be done, and then go through those things, and then keep a track of how you invested your time, where you invested your time, and what did you do with your time. And then have no excuses. You got to have no excuses, and winners take action. Winners take action, and it's one thing to think it. It's another thing to speak it. It's another thing to write it down. It's another thing to get on the phone and to execute and to make things happen. So you have to execute. Okay, so you got to be an execution plan. There's no right or wrong. There's nothing perfect. It's just you got to do it. And as you get to doing it, it becomes easier, and it becomes, almost like second nature. Just like talking, I used to stutter. I didn't understand the English language. I wasn't born here. I came here in 1976. Okay, so I had to learn to read and write and talk and explain things. And I was in the yellow bus. So I was on the yellow bus for the longest time. I failed 4th grade. I failed 5th grade. So what? But that was then, today's now. So, fear is just basically man-made. Fear is just man-made. So if you have God around you and He protects you and your back is covered and your sides are covered and you got 30, 40 angels around you, you're good. So if you use God as your number one resource and you take time very importantly and you look at time as currency, and then whatever money you have, if you invest that money properly, okay? And then you get the right team around you, and you control your time. You become focused. All these things are possible. It is possible. It's hard, but it's possible. And you control it. You control your time. You control your choices to do what it is that you do with your time. So, hey, look, today was this thing that I was talking today. It was not about real estate. This applies across the world, across any business, as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, as a person that's getting things going. You're a young kid. You want to get it going. It applies to everybody. Mindset, attitude. Thank the Lord for waking you up. Okay? Everything else is gravy. Everything else is gravy. You get out of bed, the guy wakes you up, dude, everything else is gravy. So you live like that, hey, a lot of things are going to happen. Hey, Sid Hameed, Brickfront Properties, thank you very much for listening. I hope this was helpful for you guys to take your life to the next level. Take care. What do you think?